We're diving in where the world collides. Culture's calling, it's a crazy ride. Music's pumping, food's on the plate. We're vibing here, let's celebrate. Echo and essence, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. Essence, essence. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Essence, essence. Yeah. Uncle Freezie, vibing all night and all day. Coach Malpica, always something to say. Our main man in the cut, he is Soul Finger. DSJ always showing up as the soulful singer. Ron, Bully and Corey always being so thorough. Don't forget from that ain't rap, try borrow. It's not just water. Echo and essence, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. Essence, essence. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Essence, essence. It's not just talk, it's how we groove. Life's a rhythm, we all move. Spin the wheel, what's next to see? Culture flowing endlessly. Echo and essence, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. Essence, essence. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Essence, essence.
Yo, peace, everybody. Welcome to Vibes and Stuff. I guess it's Echo and Essence now. I keep wanting to call it Vibes and Stuff. It's Echo and Essence. Welcome to Echo and Essence. I'm the number one Chief Rock, Uncle Freezie in the building. Salute. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking out the joint. Otherwise is in the chat. I got my main man, Jay the Chosen One, backstage. Just getting ready. Get ready for the introduction and such. So when thinking about what today's show should be about, a rap song comes to my head, right? A rap song comes to my head. It's a song by Main Source, and it starts off, we fight every night, but that's not kosher. I reminisce with bliss before we was closer. And it ended up in an argument. Again, you act like a 10. And so it goes on and on about how this guy and his girl, despite how much they love each other, they always end up in some type of argument for some reason, right? And so my question is, why do couples argue so much? Not just loud arguments, not just screaming matches. I'm talking about the tension, the frustration, the silence after the argument, the feeling of loving somebody deeply, but somehow still feeling misunderstood by them. A lot of relationships don't fall apart because people stop loving each other. Sometimes relationships struggle because people never learn how to truly communicate with each other. One person says, "You should already know how I feel." The other person says, "How can I fix something you never explained?" And right there, that's where the war starts. Tonight, we're talking about assumptions. We're talking about emotional baggage. We're talking about unresolved pain from past relationships that people drag into new ones. We're talking about politics, religion, trust issues, healing, timing, pride, ego, and emotional expectations. Because sometimes couples aren't arguing over what's happening right now, or they're not arguing over what's being said. They're arguing over what happened 5 years ago, maybe with a different person. They're arguing about what happened in their childhood, what happened with an ex, or what never healed in the first place. And let's be honest, tonight, a lot of people don't listen to understand. They listen to defend themselves. They listen to react. They listen while waiting their turn to talk. And that's not communication. That's emotional survival. And so some people need words of reassurance every day. Others think, I'm here. They should already, they think I'm here. That should be the proof that I love you, the fact that I'm present. And some people want to move forward immediately after pain. And while others emotionally still bleeding need some time. But the other person might be like, get over it. And that disconnect creates frustration. That frustration creates distance. That distance, if left unchecked, creates, what's the word I'm looking for? Resentment. Resentment is the word that I'm looking for. So tonight, right here on Echo and Essence, we're going deeper than social media relationship cliches. I'm gonna try to get to the heart of some of this stuff. I'm gonna be as honest as I can so that we can grow, and hopefully, and maybe by doing so, our conversation can help someone. So that's why we're here. Uncle Freezie in his night clothes and his lounge clothes. I had to get this thing out. So we're going to keep this thing 10 times 10. And if it hurts, at least have it hurt in a good way, right? If it hurts, have it hurt in a good way, right? But for tonight's conversation, I'm gonna bring up my guy, my main man, Jay, the chosen one. So I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna do this. Before I bring them up, it's like you bring your guys out, you got to have everything right? So ladies and gentlemen, the national recording artist, Jay, the chosen one. Jay, what's good, brother?
What's good, my brother? How we doing?
Hey, man. A hot topic tonight, bro. A hot topic tonight, right? I'll be honest with you. I'm not really, or I'm learning as I go to learn how to handle disconnects with people, especially with my lady. Now, I'm not perfect, bro. Sometimes I can be that in an argument, right? Right, fill in the blank, right? When it comes to an argument, and then other times I can be like, yo, what are we arguing for? I don't even understand why the voices are being raised, and not in a control, or not in a menacing, controlling way, but sometimes I'm just like, yo, what are you talking about? I don't get it. I'm gonna ask you, so I'll ask you some basic questions, and just I'm gonna just ask you just to humor me, and understanding that it's more about the conversation and the people that are watching more so than the questions itself. So, have you ever been in a serious argument with someone in a relationship?
I don't think you've ever been in a relationship if you haven't had a serious argument. Though I have seen some really, really clean ones. I don't know how deep they dive. But the short answer is yes. Your introduction shocked me, and I'm gonna follow suit and be as open and real as I feel I can be. So multiple times.
Right.
Yeah.
So how does it make you feel? Well, you know what? I'll ask you first since we're already there. So how does it make you feel? How do you feel after these arguments most times?
Horrible.
Right.
It's I think when it's an age, and listen, this is for all. This is from before junior high school to where we are now. When you're learning to become a man, from the time you think you're a man, age doesn't make you a man. It doesn't make you a certain maturity is a moment. It's not an age.
Right.
So I'm learning to grow.
Right.
Day by day. So
I won't. Well, let me say salute to my brother, the Triberg and Gigolo from the That Ain't Rap podcast on your YouTube airways Wednesdays at 8:00. Make sure y'all check out the That Ain't Rap podcast. Just gonna keep it a stack with you. If you're not watching the That Ain't Rap podcast, the people at work that are whispering, they whispering about you. Right. So if you're not watching the That Ain't Rap podcast, you're not up to speed with everything going on in the culture and life. So if you're trying to figure out why people talking about you behind your back, is because you're not watching the That Ain't Rap podcast. So salute, Trevor. What's good, man?
Salute, Unc. Salute, Jay. What's good with y'all?
How are you?
I'm chilling, man. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks. Let's go
Knicks, indeed.
Yes.
Yeah,
no arguments there.
Mm-hmm.
No arguments there, brother. But I would say this. I don't like arguing in a relationship because I have what they call a temper. So it's like when it comes to like the ladies, I don't argue with the ladies. I'll be like, let them have it. Fuck, but I don't care. With dudes though, hey, we not getting no further. I'm giving like a man 7 words before I'm ready to like, you know what I'm saying? Right. like with dudes, just. But when it comes to like in this case, since we're talking about like the romantic relationships or whatever, and in the case of a romantic relationship, listen, I've done all types of wrong in my life. I've been every SOB scenario that a woman has ever said, I've been that person. Listen, and I own it, right? And I own it. I've been the immature one. I've been the cheating one. I've been the non-listening one. You know what I'm saying? I've been the take you for granted one, right? I've been every SOB that Mary J. Blige ever wrote about on any of her albums. That has been me, right? I own it. I'm mature enough to understand that now. I'm in my 50s. So I understand like what was right to me was not overall right, period. Right. And so when it comes to arguing or like arguing even with my wife right now, most of the times I know if we ever get to a point, either she don't understand where I'm coming from right? Either she don't understand where I'm coming from, so she mad, right, about it, and then she arguing, and I have to explain to her like, nah, it's not that, it's this, and then she be like, okay, right, or it's something that I just don't understand, like myself, like say for instance, maybe she need a weekend with her girls, right, girls trip type thing. I'm like, the fuck, what you need $3,500 for? Hey, it's a 4-day weekend. You know, we just gonna go to the joint. It's just me and my friends. We just gonna go out. Wait a minute, you need $3,500 and you need to buy clothes? The fuck? What's going on? And she's like, Lo, listen, don't make this like something ridiculous. Cause the thing is my comparison is, you know, maybe the Bears are playing the Giants in MetLife Stadium or something, right? And I want to go to the game. You know what I'm saying?
That one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, why you need to go all the way up to New York to go watch a football game? They got football in Charlotte. Like the Bears ain't playing in Charlotte, baby. They're not playing in Charlotte. They playing in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Why you all got to go all the way up there to see it? You can watch them on TV. Like, so that's the equivalent. Like for her, like, why does she need $3,500 and why does she need to buy a whole bunch of outfits and all this stuff? You getting your hair and your nails done to go be with somebody else? It's like, nah, I'm not going. Like she's saying, like I'm not going to be with him. I'm just going, feel good about myself, have a great time, and I just wanted to be worry free. I don't want it to be that. And so, like our arguments might come from that. But you know, yo, I'm a guy, so I'm thinking, wait a minute, my wife been in the gym for 4 months to go on this trip, and without me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you ain't even asked me if I wanted to go or nothing. You just, I'm going. Give me $3,500, and you're gonna pay for all this stuff. Crazy. Try. You ever been in situations like that, bro? Like,
I'm only listening to what you're going through. She going on a girl trip without you, but if you go over to New York for the Giants game against the Bears, she got a problem with that. I think that's where you got to compromise. Like, okay, if I let you go, if you go on this girls trip with your friends, and I'm paying for everything, I gotta go up to New York for the Bears game. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be like a, you know, I let you do this, you let me do this, and you gotta be able to trust me too.
yeah.
I mean, while you going up to New York, it's a guy thing. You're not gonna understand. I gotta see the game live. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
and then with her, it's like if she don't want you to go, she might want to bond with her girlfriends. It's a girl trip. So
that's mainly what it is. That's mainly what it is.
And you got to be able to trust her and be like, okay, baby, I'll you know, you go have fun with your girlfriends, and you know, of course, I want to hear from you on that trip also. Like, you know, call me, text me, whatever.
Man, yeah. I just think things are, as a man, I see things a little bit like different than the ladies. Like, of course, ain't that happening. She gonna go, her and her girls, they gonna laugh and drink up. They just gonna have a good time, man. I ain't worried about that.
Right.
But not in that sense, though. I am worried and concerned about stuff, but not about her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you know, dudes are gonna holler at your girl. Like, when ain't no man around, they don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, dudes gonna be like, you know, say bad things about Uncle Freezie, and they ain't never met me, he's never seen me a day in their life. You know what I'm saying? So that part, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll argue about stuff like that maybe, but not.
But that's a trust thing too, though. You got to be able to trust each other. Like if you tell her you're going up to New York for the Bears and Giants game, she might be feeling the same way. Like, why are you going all the way up there to see the game? You can watch it with me on TV. You know, she might be thinking like some chicks at the MetLife might holler at you. You know?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, arguments can start from anywhere too, though. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
because that's an example. I wouldn't be like my whole deal is even in that scenario. My whole deal is not even that part like fidelity or infidelity. I'm not. I don't think neither of us are we're like really worried. The thing that bent my ear sideways was the $3,500 part. Because because of my love affair with my other girlfriend. My other girlfriend is money.
Right.
I love to make it and keep track of it and all of that stuff, right?
Right.
But yeah. Let me hold on. Let me bring my. Yeah. So, when I was younger, what I realized is, I would get into argument traps, like legitimately get into like arguments about nothing, and then when it's over, like some of the ladies that I have been with over the years, they would be like, "Nah, that's just how I talk." You know what I'm saying? That's how I just like how I communicate. Like that's how my family used to do it. Like we always yelled at each other. It was like a thing. You know, that's just how we. And I don't come from that. I come from the opposite. I come from, a different background. Which I'm not saying mine is right, but I will share it. So I come from a background if somebody had to raise their voice, is about to get violent. That's what I come. That's what I come from. So I'm not proud of that. I'm just saying it is what it is. So, but I'm beyond that now. But you know, like when you're younger, you're in a relationship. Say you're like say you're in your 20s or 30s and you're trying to figure it out with your whoever, and you meet someone and you get into your first argument, and your first argument winds up being one of those where you're like, wow, I didn't even know it was that serious. Like, you know, why is she so upset because I said such and such and such and such? You know, you ever been in that scenario?
So is it because like you've been like growing up, you've seen that in your life? So was that like part of like some traumatic thing where it carried into your relationship?
Part of that, and the other part too is I've been in my life, I've lost so many things. I'm careful about how I treat stuff now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in so many relationships and so many different types. I mean, whether friendships, romantic relationships, work relationships, I feel like flying off the handle or being in the moment sometimes ruins a good thing before that good thing could even get started.
Yep.
You know.
So that's where communication come in. You got to be able to talk to her and let her know like this is why I'm the way I am because of my upbringing, and this is what I saw all the time. So it's normal for you, but it might not be normal for everybody else.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's how you gotta talk and let your significant other know that. Like this is why I fly off the handle because I'm used to it.
Right. Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, how you feel about that, Jay? You feel you've been something similar, or?
Well, I think you meet somebody. we all have baggage. I think that's a word that's obviously never brought up immediately, right? Hey,
Right.
how are you? I do this, I do that. I got a lot of baggage, and and I also like basketball. Like it doesn't work that way,
right?
And being a man and a man from the times we came from, I came from the same type of background you came from. Back in the days when you didn't. So I literally on a playground picked up my kids one day, and this little boy threw his book bag at his mom, and his mom literally said, "I don't think I like that. Use your words."
Yeah.
And I just couldn't help myself. I said, "You don't think you like that?" And I butted in, and I realized that was my unresolved issues from the relationship I had with my parents,
Right.
and growing up in a certain neighborhood with a certain type of elements and the things that are around me.
Environments. Yeah.
Right. So the environment or how you're raised definitely play a incredibly major part in the type of man you want to be or not want to be, or you pick and choose pieces out of them and create a version of yourself. That's why I say maturity is a moment, not an age. Um, so I've been in so many relationships, and of course, I want people to know, like what Uncle Freezie was saying is like everything's a relationship, right? This is a relationship,
Right.
right? But we're talking about romantic ones.
Right.
So yeah, as far as to piggyback on something that you said before, something wild happened. I don't even know what happened, but I texted before I disappeared and came back. Magic.
Technology, bro. Technology.
That was a magic trick.
Yeah.
That somebody told me, let's go outside. There was no 7 words. You didn't punch them out right here because I don't know what you fitting to do when we outside, or what you're going to get, or what.
Who out there waiting on me yet?
Right, or what's in your car.
Yeah.
So I never did any of that. But I've heard a lot that the relationship that you have with a female who raised you sets a lot of people on a track to the way they want to treat women, or if you have resentments towards that, maybe your father didn't stop her from doing that, makes a resentment towards that. Now all this tough guy stuff is even worse.
Right.
I think that when we're younger, we were never taught really what a man was. We were given false knowledge of what most people. I'm gonna say I'll stick to I.
Me too. I'm there.
Yeah, of what false knowledge of what love looks like. It's got to be physical. It's got to be a little bit angry. It's got to be, well, she says she loved me, but she threw a plate at my head. That makes sense to me though, because that's how love was like when I was 7.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Right.
Now, saying that, communication is definitely needed, but often easier said than done in the midst of what this argument might be. And this argument could be literally over, have nothing to do with anything.
Right.
But you are the person there. You are the significant other, and she or you are on the edge. And the next word that comes out the mouth wrong, you're going to take it out, and you're taking it out on the wrong person. That's one type of argument.
Yeah.
And that probably was at least 50% of my arguments.
Yeah.
Was from other situations that, you know, like I said, we weren't raised with a man. A man is to be gentle to a woman and be you know, to be a provider, to be grown, to be, you know, act a certain way, use certain great vocabulary, treat people kind, neighborly, you know, wanting to be right. No, a man saying, you know, acts first, don't talk, ask questions later. So you probably bring around anywhere between 10 and 100 things into a relationship.
Yeah.
So, you know, for me, I'm going to be very honest that most of the relationships, like that 50% part at least, and then when I get to the next part later, were on me.
Right.
Not always, but, you know, especially younger, were on me. The older I got, maybe not as much, but, and I can recognize that, you know. But if you don't learn from it, I mean, it's a losing battle. I think that's the number one key is you don't learn from that.
What was the point?
What was the point?
Yeah.
You're not connecting somehow.
Yeah.
You know, with one of the four, you know, there's 5 love languages. There's 4 different types of thinking and smarts, and you're not using any of it.
Right. I think that's tough though, bro. See, that's the tough part. See, the tough part is not knowing and not doing, like, because knowing and not doing is not as simple as knowing and not doing. Because sometimes knowing and not doing comes from like knowing what it is, but you still hurt and you don't do it because you still have emotional scars left that you're not ready to move to a certain place, right? Like I say this to Tromber all the time, joking, right? But you know, it's one of the things that happen. Like I use Miss Mocha hate when I do it, but this one time I tried to holler at Janet Jackson. Try how many times I tell the Janet Jackson story?
All the time. All the time.
All right. Well, let me tell you, if I was with a woman and she would have to understand it.
So I won't use the Janet thing, right? Just for but there are some times, man, where listen, you know, sometimes women think men are dogs, right? And sometimes men are easy with women because they know women sometimes are more dogs than men, right? I don't know if all of us have been in a situation, but I have. I was in a relationship with a lady that was cheating on me. This is in the late 80s. Like, she's just cheating on me, man. I was doing all the right stuff. Like, I pay all the bills. I have like, I never forget, my check was $118 a week, bro. And I would pay all the bills and I have like $7 left or whatever. She ain't paid nothing. And I was living with her. She ain't paid nothing. And so I'll pay for everything. Well, she paid for some stuff. I'll pay for everything. And I'll take like $3 of those dollars and get her some flowers and bring them. And she wouldn't even be home, wouldn't get home till like 10:30. I'm like, hey, where you been? She's like, oh, I got off from work and I just hung out with my girls for a little bit. And my people is like, bro, I saw her at the square with another dude, and you at home with flowers? Like, yeah, she just said she was hanging out with her girls, bro. So I've been that guy once, and then I've also been the guy that couldn't make up his mind. Like, I've also been the guy that's been like, I want to tell you how I feel about you. I just don't want to tell you how I feel about you because I'm nervous that if this thing go too fast, I'm not gonna be able to control it. Right. If that makes sense to the ladies watching. Ladies, if y'all watching, sometimes guys just don't tell y'all stuff because sometimes things are moved so fast that a guy can't control it, and then things are out of control. And before you know it, you're in a situation, and it's just weird, right? And so I've been in both of those situations. So and so when as I matured and got into other relationships, I got into arguments based on the stuff that I had been through already. Right? Like my girl get off work at 5 o'clock, and at 5:14, if she ain't home, I'm like, where you been? And she's like, what you mean where I been? I walked down to Garfield. I took the number 2. I got off the number 2 and on the white. I walked up 2 blocks, and here I am. I'm like, nah, it don't take 14 minutes to do that.
You should have been 7 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've been that person whose girl was like, I'm paying all these bills and all these things, and then she getting off from work, or not even getting off from, she out living her best life with another guy because she got a guy at home paying bills like a sucker. She come home after being hugged up with a guy, and there's flowers there waiting for her from another guy. Right. So I've been that guy before. And that's why, like, that's what's lead me to like some of these things that some of the arguments I've been in.
So see, but again, when I was talking about trust, when you get into a relationship with somebody, you got to let them know ahead of time. This is how I am. Yeah. Like if you're not home at a certain time, I'm gonna flip out.
Yeah. Or I'm gonna be nervous. Like I'm gonna be concerned.
Right.
Like, man, you out here?
Yeah. You're gonna think she at the club or something.
Yeah. You in these streets, man. I mean,
Did you at least make any money? No, I'm not gonna say. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think trust is like, you know what they say, right?
Yeah.
Trust is the easiest thing to lose and the hardest thing to get back. Yeah. So if you, like, I'm not a trusting person. I'm not. I can tell you right off the bat right now.
Okay.
But again, I'll admit most of that's due to me because I was fat and I was cheating, and I would call it a relationship because I knew she wanted to hear that. But listen, we're gonna be completely transparent today. I met.
Hey Jay, you fade in and out, bro.
You don't hear me?
Yeah, you fade. It sounds like you're away a little bit.
Nah, you know I told you I had to get a brand new one. I was with the girl that I wanted to be with forever. I was 27, 28. But I had just came home from up north.
Right.
And everything looked sexy. But she was the most beautiful woman, heart to the inside to the outside I've ever seen and been with. But I couldn't control that stupidity, that immaturity. And I use excuses like, yo, I was just away though. I deserved it. And I'm going to, and I started church now too. And I met a girl at church. So then when we're doing that, I started. Right. And another real deal is that a lot of the relationships that I would get into were, on my side, were friends with benefits, but on their side, they were telling me they love me, and I know it's wrong. I would repeat that unless I actually did. And there's 2 or 3. They say you get about 2 or 3 of that in your lifetime.
Right.
And so, you know, I wasn't emotionally mature enough at that point in my life. I was book smart, street smart, common sense, but my emotional intelligence was on vacation.
Right.
I'm actually, I don't even think I even gained emotional intelligence at that point yet. Like I knew I had it for certain situations,
Right.
but because I didn't deeply understand that it was so necessary in a physical relationship, with the
Right.
communication and understanding and what is that? Compromising and doing all these things. So I was more like the movie Catch Me If You Can. Like I would be a pilot today if I needed to be. I'd be your
Right.
man today if you need me to be. You're that, and if you don't, good luck to you, because you know, I'm out and about.
Right.
And yes, I you know, and last but not least, being a person who had smooth talking, I was after one particular thing, and they usually say if you start a relationship sexually, it's not gonna last. It's like a house built on sand.
Yeah.
How do you trust somebody if that happens right away, and then all this stuff, and then, you know, they also say you never know what you really have till it's gone. So, like, you know, you do all this stuff,
Right.
and man, yeah, I still think about this woman. This is 23 years. We were together for a few years, 20 years ago.
Right.
And I would use excuses. Like, she said she didn't want to have kids. I said I wanted a boatload.
Yeah.
And now she's married with 2 kids. I'm mad as hell. No, but I'm not mad. I got beautiful children. I'm happy being a single dad.
But we understand what you mean, though. In the moment, like, yeah. In the moment, man.
It was a deal breaker. But it was also an excuse maker. Like, you know what? I'm gonna be with her forever, but I still want kids, so I'm gonna find a way to have kids and be with her forever.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And still trying to get the Rikers Island up north street hood stuff out of my system, which, if I have to be completely honest, if you come near my Cubs, I revert back to it. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And I haven't been in trouble in 20 plus years.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, I think it all stems from prior things, lack of communication, trust problems and issues, you know. And like I said, anywhere from 10 to 100 things, you know.
Right.
But I want to be that way, though. I do. I've been thinking about this a lot because I'm seeing somebody I know. We dated when we were 15. When I injured myself, She's the first one to show up. When I would get locked up, she somehow found me.
Right.
Throughout the years, I got married to someone else. She got married to someone else. I've been thinking lately, I would like to have a nice relationship. I think I'm ready now. I'm 50 years old. I think I'm ready now. That's bugged out. I have friends that have been married for 25 years. You know what I'm saying? They've been literally married 25 years. I know it's been a war zone because I've been in their homes, but I know they're still married.
We still, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
So,
yeah. Hey, let me I'm gonna ask Triborough this. Triborough, you ever been in a situation where maybe the arguments start because you are off your game? Like you ever been in a situation where everything is perfect until you get off your game? And what I mean by that is maybe when old girl is cooking, you don't brush by her when she at the stove or something, or maybe when she get out the shower, you don't catcall, you like, damn girl. You know what I'm saying? You stop doing that for a little bit because maybe, you know what I'm saying, you got a coworker at work that is crazy. And she on your mind, even though y'all ain't doing nothing, she on your mind, but it's impacting you at home. You ever been in that situation?
Nah, I never been in that situation. I've been in a situation where like I wasn't spending enough time with the woman, and then I got to she calling me and then she texting me like, you always out with your homeboys, but you don't want to come to my house and meet my mom and all that. And I just, you know what I'm saying, like that situation, it was just like, once I start meeting your parents, that's like a serious thing. I mean, I didn't have that mind state back then to be like, I want to meet her, her parents and all of that. So I would just like make any excuse to like be with my peoples or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I feel like people in relationships, when they have arguments, it'd be like over the silliest things. Like they could have easily communicated with their significant other.
Yeah.
Like when you were saying about like your wife wanting to go on the girls trip, like that's something that y'all can have a conversation about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like immediately you start thinking like, oh, like why she don't want me to go with her on the trip.
Nah, I'm thinking why $3,500. That's it. I want that to be the stick, because it's not like I don't trust, because I trust Mo, right, with everything, right? I trust her with everything. I'm like, $3,500? What the fuck kind of trip is this? Like that's what I'm thinking. That's where our argument be at. Like that. Okay, $3,500. Like you can't talk to me about money. Like you can't talk to me about bread, bro. Hey, every conversation.
Yeah, me neither. I was about to say the same thing. $3,500. You better find a new type of trip.
Yeah, like shit. But hey, but I understand where both of y'all coming from, and from the ladies' perspective. Ladies, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Ladies, we cannot read y'all mind, and that shit, that ain't cute. You know what I'm saying? Like we ask y'all a simple ass question, and y'all turn it into double jeopardy. Like it's a final jeopardy. Like I'd be like, just for example, hey Keisha, what you want to eat for dinner? I don't know.
I'll take I don't know for 200.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, listen, don't turn this. This ain't no game, right? Like this ain't no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know, boy.
Like, cause I tell you what else ain't a game. You've been driving around with your gas light on for 2 days, and then you run out of gas, and then you call me and I don't answer, and now you mad? You knew your gas light was on for 2 days. For 2 days, you knew your gas light was on, and then now you running out of gas out on the beach. You mad because people blowing their horn. You nervous? Like And my daddy told me you wasn't no good. No, you rode around with your gaslight on for 2 days. You probably passed 40 gas stations. And now you calling me and I'm in the bathroom and I don't have my phone and I don't answer. And now you feel like I let you down. You ain't there when I need you. No. Ladies, no, we got to do better. We got to do better, ladies. Just try. You ever been in that situation? Like you supposed to read a woman's mind, and if you read her mind wrong, it's an argument.
You gotta. That's where the communication again. Like they gotta know you, and you gotta know them. It shouldn't be like the relationship is over because you're supposed to read her mind, or she's supposed to know what you meant when you left her that last text message or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like miscommunication is why a lot of relationships end. Because people can't talk. It's like they want to talk after the fact. When the relationship is over, then all this stuff comes out, and you're like, yo, like you could have said that before we broke up.
Right.
You know? I mean, for me, at least I gotta be able to express myself. I can't be going off of what, you know, I thought she said this, and you gotta be able to tell me. Like if I can speak, you can speak.
Right.
So it can never be like the relationship is over because I never spoke my mind. It's like I might speak my mind too much that you might get offended.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I expect that woman to do the same. Like I can't read your mind. I'm not Dr. Spock. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah.
Beat me up.
Right.
Yeah.
No, the only ESP we know got an N on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we can't read nobody's mind.
Yeah.
And then when we ask you simple questions like, hey, what you want for Christmas? I ain't even thought about Christmas.
That could turn out to be a trick question though. Like you gotta, like if she asks me what I want for Christmas, I'm telling her like, yo, I want the new PS5, I want Xbox, the next Xbox or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but it can't be, oh well, you didn't tell me what you wanted, so I've got you this, and I know I don't like the present. Then that's an argument.
And now that's an argument. Because her feelings hurt.
I watched my mother do that to my father all the time. Actually, she would tell him what he wanted, and he'd get it, but he forgot what she said, what the brand was. So he still, at least he attempted to get it,
right,
with the receipt. So I grew up watching this stuff. I've been in the situation you're mentioning a lot. I'm not in the mind reading business. I tell them I'm very blunt. I like people to be very, I mean, the more you talk, the more I'm comfortable. So like if you do have some issues, you know, and I think if you're good at this, you're good at it. Text is a different thing. Text is a whole nother animal I'm not going to get into right this second. But faces, facial expressions.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that you're not in a mood with that pissy ass face you got on right now, and then you take it out on me, and I already called it out. Like, hey, baby, what's wrong? Nothing wrong with me. What do you mean, what's wrong with me? I'm saying you don't look like happy right now. What's going on? I'm fine. And then I say, think about ordering Chinese. I'm not in the mood for no Chinese. Wait, listen. You're gonna yell at me. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not yelling at you. Don't yell at me.
Right.
And then it goes. So,
you yelling about some sweet and sour chicken, you immature.
Lord, you don't even know how good this place is. I found a spot.
Like, come on.
I found a spot where I know for a fact it's chicken.
Yeah, no for a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like ain't no squirrels in the freezer, girl. I'm promise you.
We're not eating possum, nothing. So a rat in New York City. Anyway, I don't want to get nasty because I'm about to eat something. But the thing is that, you know, the world is so different than when we were younger, and it's so void of direct communication. Right? Everybody meets each other. I used to I used to meet girls, you know, for whatever, on Plenty of Fish. But I'd rather meet people in person. I'm a people person, so I talk to anybody. I walk into a bar, I talk to anybody. I walk into a store, I'm talking to everybody.
Right.
If I think a girl is pretty, I'm telling her immediately. If I think that she's wearing her hair is nice, I'll tell her immediately. You know, if I know her and say I'm friends with her, and I've heard her yell at somebody before.
Yeah.
You don't even know that I got a haircut, you know, this whatever. I just noticed these type of things. And maybe it's because at one point I was a super dog, and being a super dog to the rescue, you had to be I had to be incredibly observant, use the right words, mannerisms, all this stuff. It's like hustling. But if you could reverse that, and it's just like in the work world, you could take everything you ever did negative and flip it upside down and use it for good things.
Right.
So I started using my vocabulary, the way I talked, the way I was observant, the way I was doing those things, to make the compliment real, to make the approach genuine, to you know to everybody has a type, but in real life my type is women. Right? So
Right.
but whether it's a type or not, and I'm gonna bring, this is me, I really believe that God has somebody for me.
Right.
But are we wearing the same hat, homie?
Nah, mine is different.
No.
Mine is different.
Oh, I got them. Okay, over there. All right.
Same team though.
Same
Yeah,
team.
Yeah.
Factual. So, I lived with a frame of mind. I know I've been selfish. I know I've been a lot of things in my life. I feel like life is beating me down in a lot of ways. And I was literally beaten down by my growing up.
Yeah.
Really bad. And I took that out into the streets with me.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what love was. Actually, I didn't know what love itself, I'm not even talking about relationship love, but love in general, until I had children.
Right.
I didn't know what love really was. And then once I started having daughters, my entire life flipped and changed. Because honestly, I wasn't even in love with them. I got 4 kids. 3 of them are from my ex-wife. One's from somebody else. Somebody else I'm still in touch with.
You almost got me beat. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, there's another situation too, but I'm not gonna say that out
Yeah,
now.
no.
Yeah. So, and God has a way of taking your isms and your mistakes and your problems and your baggage and your dirt, and I think he's funny. I think he's amazing. I think he saved my life. He truly changed a man like me. You wouldn't want to know a man like me in the past. And that's not me being tough at all. Like, I wouldn't want to know a man like me. I wouldn't hang out with me. I wouldn't done none of that.
Right.
Because you was going to jail for sure, or something, and so when you grow up, you think money's love, sex is love, and oh, she bought me
She bought me an
she
Avirex jacket. She must love me.
yeah,
Right.
she got me the Charlotte Hornet starter jacket. Okay, now I need this one to get me the magic one now. Like, now because they had just came out, right? So the magic and the Hornets just came.
Yeah.
And I really learned so much from that. And then I got daughters, and then my relationships with women changed.
Right.
Because I saw them now differently.
Right.
So instead of saying, yo, what's wrong with your face? It's, how was your day?
Yeah.
And then allow them to tell me, and then saying, you sure? Is everything all right?
Yeah. Yeah. You want to talk about it?
You want to talk about it?
Yeah. If
I'm
not,
here to listen.
Yeah.
I'm that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And there's also that middle phase. Who did it? Tell me who did it.
Yeah.
Man, and that's that, untrusting thing. But a lot of times we don't trust people because of two or three things, and one of them is either you've been cheated on or you did a whole lot of cheating. See, what happens is we don't look in the mirror enough to when we're younger and blame the person in the mirror, the man in the mirror. By the way, I just saw that movie. It's a 10. Go see Michael.
Tromburl.
Yeah.
You heard that man, bro. You heard him. You heard he said, bro.
Oh, yeah.
This is not one you watch at home, bro. I promise you.
Oscar after Oscar after Oscar after Oscar they're going to get everything under the sun. Anyway.
Yeah.
And, and speaking of somebody who was misunderstood in the whole thing, let me just tell you that I just didn't understand. And because I'm boss, I did this, I was able to move this. I had a team of people like that. I had a girl, I named her Monday. I had a girl that named Wednesday. Like, that was my real life. And, now I feel stupid. I feel kind of like, I have daughters now, and I imagine them being treated that way. And I started letting them have, like boyfriends around 14, 15, but because I raised them different than I was raised. I raised them from day one in church, praying every morning. I did this with them. I did positive affirmations every morning. They repeated it after me. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. I'm a queen. I'm a queen. I'm loved. I probably went on for about 10 minutes every morning and right before bed. And they know now, so like I met this young man, and, and I'm taking him to lunch right before she goes to college because I like him, but I need him to know that she's older now, but she's still my baby. So,
and we will break your ankles.
And it will be like the movie Den of Thieves when you walk in that garage. Okay? Yeah. Her uncles will be waiting right there, all of them, including 50 Cent.
Yeah.
So it will be right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think it's baggage, it's immaturity, it's the things that we were raised the way we were raised. Obviously, what we say before, the environment.
The environment.
You know,
Let me add.
People.
And older people giving you bad advice, bro. Try. You ever been in that situation where somebody older than you gave you terrible advice?
Yes, I have. I had a cousin that he did that when I was like a teenager. You know what I'm saying? And he was always like, 5%. He's a 5%er, practice the God body and all that. And at the same time, he's giving me advice about things, and we find out later that he's abusing his wife. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, now I have to look at you differently, because you was preaching all this God body shit to me when I'm a teenager, and then the family finds out later that you abusing your wife.
Yeah.
So it's like, that just go to show you, like, yo, like, everybody's not perfect though.
Yeah, and peace to the nation of gods and earths, because we're not saying that's typical. We're saying that's atypical.
Right.
Like you say, like, that's atypical. Like, people doing one thing and then they doing something else. Somebody you trust giving you terrible advice. I'm gonna tell you, Jay, I'm gonna tell you where I learned how to be a man at, bro. This is gonna make no sense. I'm gonna sound silly and immature. I'm gonna keep it a stack though. I learned how to be a man listening to music and watching TV. Because dudes around me, they used to do like my uncles and them, like, they absolutely helped craft who I am as a person, right? But also Jackie Wilson and Billy D. Williams, right? Like, my uncles and them, I used to see them get dressed up. They be, sharp as a razor blade, bro. Stack heel shoes, you know what I'm saying? Loose pants, you know what I'm saying? Like, iron creased down, collars laid down, hair fried with the part on the side, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are like my guys, right? And they would be like that. And when you know what I'm saying, about noontime, like maybe about 2:00, they talking, they like, hey, you see a girl you like her, man, just make sure you holler at her for somebody else, dude. Because if she pretty to you, she pretty to a lot of people. Like, they just like, because in my mind, I'm like, dang, she pretty. And then I'm like, ain't nobody else gonna holler. She just gonna wait her whole life until I get enough courage to say something to her. Right. Wrong. Right. But my uncles and them, like 2:00, they be straight. But about 10:00 that night, uncles in the tub peeing on themselves. They done drunk so much beer. they done smoke. Y'all, hey, so I'm not an advocate of drugs, so YouTube, don't ban me for saying this. But back in the day, my uncles and them used to smoke what they call reefer. And it used to be in pin joints. Like, the joint would be so small, look like a lollipop stick. Right?
That's a Rikers Island special.
Right. And I'll see them outside, and I'll be in the window, because they wouldn't let you come outside, because if you be outside with them, you'll know exactly what they. But I'll be looking at them in the window. They be like, yeah, but I told that boy to go grab her, just kiss her straight in the mouth. This is my uncle after like this is my uncle after like 13 or 14 Budweisers, some Manischewitz, Champagne, and Reefer. This is like this. Yeah, I told that boy. Hey, that boy. Yeah, Champagne, peach champagne, right? But they'd be like, and they used to say stuff to me like, and YouTube, don't throw me away either, YouTube. This is just what somebody else is saying. This is my life story, right? So I was like 7 years old. My uncle legit, he was like, hey, how many girlfriends you got? It's like, girlfriends? I can't even, my mama tell me when to go get in the bed. Like, I got a bedtime. You talking about like girlfriends, right?
Right.
Like, and he looked at my father. He was like, "Hey, that boy gonna be gay." He used another word. He used the F word. That boy gonna be one of them F words. I'm like 6 years old, 7 years. Try 6 years old, 7 years old. I was like, I don't want to be one of them F words. I gotta go get I get to school tomorrow, bro. I got to get me like 4 girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like bad advice from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is like, and this is not even tipsy. This is sober, middle of the day advice. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm listening to songs on the radio and guys singing their heart out to their girl. You know what I'm saying? And then you see them at a concert. They're not singing to their girlfriend. They singing to the crowd. They like in the crowd, grabbing the girl out of the crowd, singing to her and all these different things. Girl faint and with just all this stuff. And I'm thinking like, that's a real man right there. A real man got to have 35 girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? A real man got to never tell his girl he love her. Like, because of all the stuff that was around me. You feel me? Like my pops wasn't. My pops wasn't like, how many girlfriends you got, man? You better have one. You better treat her right. You know what I'm saying? Ask her what her name, talk to her, see what she like, and all that stuff. Like, I mean, you got one, that's it? Yeah, one girl, times it must be hard. What, you got a job? Like, this is how they used to talk when I was little. Right. Bro, you got one girlfriend? You work at third shift? Like, they wondering why. But that is what I grew up. This is what we were taught when we little.
Yeah.
Right. Like, especially in my era, like, and for those watching, wherever you are watching from around the world, thank y'all for coming through, hanging out with us. Right. And if this is your first time watching Echo and Essence, I am Uncle Freezie, call myself the #1 Chief Rocker, man, do a lot of different shows. Man, y'all check this out, man. If you like it, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, come back, hang out with us for a bunch of conversations just like this one and others. Right. And when I say all of that, I will also say to you, I am not perfect. So the stuff that I share is my misgivings and my mistakes, right? So you know what I'm saying? So if I did something wrong, it was something that I did wrong and I learned from it, right? There are some things that I did wrong. I still haven't learned from it. And I know that day soon come, right?
Thanks.
But at the same time, man, when you're young and you're listening to songs on the radio, you're watching movies about the young, leading, handsome, leading man always gets the damsel in distress. And it's like you're 7 years old in the 2nd grade and you see a pretty girl and her pencil lead break, you got to be right on it. Like, hey, girl. I don't know why you writing with them raggedy pencils anyway. You should be getting your pencils from Uncle Freezie. Where you live at? Oh, you live on Fulton? I be hearing they be wilding over there on Fulton Street. Like, this is, you got to be that as 7 years old, 2nd grade. That's what I was taught. Try what is that? You hear how ridiculous that sounds, bro?
Yeah. But I think you had that pressure from your OGs in your family though.
Yeah.
So when they hearing that you only talking to one girl, it's like, what's going on with you? Like, why you ain't got like 10?
Yeah, like why you ain't got 10?
So that's the mentality that you stuck with. You know what I'm saying? And then when you older, you have to unbreak that mentality.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, that's what daughters did for me. See, my mentality was so sick that, you know, my son was going to play shortstop for the Mets, but before that, he was going to be a boxer and a gang member. That was a fact. That was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then right before that, I had this encounter with the good man up top. And even though I'm not in love with the mom, I say, you know what? She's pregnant. I'm gonna marry her. That way he has a full family and my daughter comes out with my last name, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Ash. Yeah. Hold on. And that's how it worked out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm going to tell you this story real quick. I'm going to say goodnight to my daughter. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah. So try. That's the thing about the arguments in a relationship, bro, is sometimes we argue and we don't know what the root cause of the argument is. Bro, Example. Say you coming home from work and you go put your key in the door and you hear Keisha Cole or Mary J. Blige playing, like, or some Tony Braxton.
Right.
Some, and you're like, okay, this is out of the ordinary. You walk in and you're like, hey, what's going on? Like, nothing. You look at the stove is cold, and you look back at her and she got on her I like to call it bummy jab. Like with me, like when I don't feel like doing nothing, I'm throwing on like some sweatpants, probably some. Y'all remember South Pole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll probably throw on some of them old South Pole jogging pants and some like 10-year-old Timbs I got in the back of my closet, and maybe like a hoodie or something. I throw that on. I'll just put that on, right? But when you come home and your girl is bummy jab, you're like,
yeah, I love that. I can't lie to you.
She ain't even got her earrings in. We get ready to argue over some bullshit. Like you look, she ain't even got her earrings in. She got a bonnet on or a headscarf. He's like, so in my mind, I'm like, okay, what I did? Who did something to her? I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? What's up? What you mean, what's up? Oh boy. Here we go. Like, hey, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? You know how you want to ease into the conversation, but you don't want to say nothing too out the way? You like, yo, why you ain't cook? And she's like, what you mean why I ain't cook? Why I gotta cook every day? I'm just saying, every day I come home, it be food. Yo, you think I'm your mama? Oh, bitch, you talk about my mama? That's just how I get started right there, Jay. That's how I get started. Just
yep.
Off rip. And you know, you be trying not to you be trying to slide, or you don't want to get into it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But the scenario is set up for you to
see. That's when you gotta grab her and hug her and kiss her and diffuse the situation. Because if you keep going at it, it's gonna turn into like a bigger argument.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Man. You gotta do something to diffuse that situation where it's not, you say something wrong and then she coming at you, and then that's gonna escalate into something bigger.
That must be some New York sensitive shit, bro. Because I tried to do that to Shonda, and Shonda punched me dead in my eye, bro. No lie, Shonda, if you watching, I ain't gonna hit you back, but I remember.
See, but you said you got a bad temper, so in order for you not to for your temper to come out, you got to diffuse that situation.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing to Shonda, bro. I'm just saying, like, that I tried. I was like, yo, it's like, what the fuck? You talk about my mom? Is you crazy? And she didn't say your mama. She said your mammy.
Right, you were waiting on that. You were waiting on that because you knew she was in a bad place.
You try to avoid it, bro.
Your emotional intelligence wasn't there, and you didn't come home. You didn't come home for that. You wanted to be in what I call house clothes.
Yeah, like, hey, girl.
Yeah, which I'm in all the time because I work from home. So I'm like, you know what? So like back in the day, that's exactly how I would have, did that too. I've been like, and then I escalated I'll say something at the end too. Like I had to get the last word in. Like everything about me, I could admit today. She say that, and then we'll finish it off. And at the end, I'll be like, "You're corny." Right, like it just like, and that's it. But
yo, y'all ain't never dated nobody from the Bronx. Y'all ever date somebody from New York?
Hell yeah, I was born in the Bronx, brother. I got it. Yeah, I was with a girl. She had a bad relationship. I was with her 2 years ago. We broke up because I'm gonna be honest. I'm very picky with the way. Still to this day, the way someone raises their children.
Right.
Like, I've never hit any of my kids.
Right.
Ever. I was beat to almost death as a kid.
Yeah.
So, but they know I don't play games. Because they, unfortunately, have seen me do something. They were all old enough to recognize it in the street. And it was over my kids, but it really wasn't necessary.
Right.
I was supposed to grab my kids and walk away. That's what I should have did.
Yeah.
And as you know, my son's a boxer and a kickboxer in the you know, he's eligible to fight whoever if he really wants to raise up in the ranks.
Right.
And you know, my kid with my girls, they always want to teach them to fight. But I think I did a bad job at something because I taught them about love and a lot of love, and I think that's not the bad job. I think that's wonderful. But I didn't tell them just how bad other people were going to be, and I also didn't really know because my sisters, I have two younger sisters, and at that time, the way I lived, I had somebody waiting across the street from their school, waiting at the bus stop, waiting at the bus stop at home.
Right.
They must have thought I was crazy that way because there was so much beeping. It was 90, so much stuff like that. But I really didn't need to do any of that either. They were fine. But there's other people, like one of my homies that I've mentioned to you before does graphics. He was a mama's boy. And in certain cultures, well, this is the way he puts it. He would go out with, he's Dominican, and he would go out with his father and his uncles, stand in front of the store. He would drink his little, what is that, Malta or whatever, and they would have their Presidentes and they would be chilling or whatever, and they'd be hollering at women, and he'd be, his father, he tells this story funnier, but his father used to say, "Now don't tell your mother when we get home." And he was like, "Yeah, right. Fuck that. I'm gonna tell mommy."
Right. Right.
And then his father stopped bringing them, and he said he was glad because he was mad and it changed him. Now, when he hung out with me, it was a certain way, but I knew he was the type of guy that was head over heels for you. We used to call him a sucker for love, but that's a bad name.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should be something that's looked up to and, you know, admired. He was a relationship guy always, and I played the game. When we went down to Miami. I performed. He was part of my team. He met a girl. This is little under 20 years ago, and they're still married. Not only are they married, but they're content creators, videographers. They have that whole pickleball game thing locked down. They're part of the society. They're the one of 3 people that do all of it. The wife has her own accounts. He has accounts. They work together. She's fantastic. And I didn't like her at first, but it wasn't because of her. It's because I knew I was losing one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Because I knew that she was gonna. He constantly lived by the rule: raise the game, raise the game, raise the game. Every day, did good, raise it higher. He's younger than me.
Right.
I lived by that rule too, but he also was very honest and open about, didn't trust a lot of people like me, but very honest. And and it's his birthday today, matter of fact. Shout out to you, my man. You know who I'm talking to.
Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, happy birthday. And God bless you both.
Yeah.
I already reached out.
And their union. Hey, man.
And their union. I think it's so fire. I tell them all the time. And I tell my other boy too, like, he messed up and got caught doing something. Not this one, another friend, and his wife forgave him and let him back in the house. And I said, "You have no idea how lucky and blessed you are."
Yeah.
She could go take those kids and fight but instead she ended up going to church with you. You worked it out. You went to go counseling, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So look, I think everybody's different. We all arrive at maturity different. We all arrive at love different. We all arrive at a lot of things differently. And I think it takes a certain type of temperament to know when it's time to shut your mouth and just listen. And there's a big difference between hearing and listening.
Yeah.
I hear you. A lot of people say that. They don't hear, but they're not listening to you.
Yeah.
So I've learned to do a lot of that, and I look forward to the future now, because now I'm ready. I believe there's something on the way. I'm in the works. I'm in the dating scene, so it's like it's okay for me to mingle. It's not the same thing anymore. It's not just about hopping in the bed and Netflix and chilling and doing those things. It's different. I want to know who you are. I'm a package deal. Not only with baggage, I'm a package deal with baggage, right? So you're gonna love me, but if my kids don't like you, then I can't do it.
Right.
Or if they don't like you for nonsense reasons, then I'm still gonna date you, and I'm gonna have to talk to my kids about it, because if you're doing that thinking I'm going somewhere and I'm not going to be the same dad, you're wrong.
Right.
Nothing comes above you.
Right.
Besides God.
Right. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna do a small transition, right? So I'm gonna play a couple of joints, right? Just real quick. So chat, this is what we normally do, right? So normally I try to play a couple of joints, a couple of musical joints for some guys I know to kind of help spread their music and such, right? And after we come back, I'm gonna transition the topic to another topic. Since I have two music experts in the building, I want to talk to them a little bit about music for maybe the next 10, 15 minutes before we wrap.
Sounds
so
good.
I'm gonna ask y'all to bear with me for a moment as I play Smooth Operator by QTD, and then Hood Goddess by DSJ, and then on the backside of this, then we'll have a conversation about music. Maybe I'll sneak some Drake in there. We'll see.
It was a good talk.
All right.
I think me, you, and your friend might need to roll out. I don't care if it be mine, hers, or your house. Trying to have a conversation, I need both mouths. Let me put y'all on the team, make a profile. Draft y'all code, that's a wild scout. Trying to see what the vibe like, no timeouts. Looking like a duo
could probably ride out. Put the jersey on, play your part, well, let's find out. I'm just a smooth operator. I'm just a smooth operator.
Silky mix on, black excellence, we at the bar, getting our drink on. A group of talent on the scene, throw smiles and winks on. A couple vibes leaving with me, not much to think on. Slide off the ecstasy with this song.
Operator. I'm just a smooth operator. I'm just a smooth operator. I'm just a smooth operator.
Hey, I see you at the bar, you with him, well, what a shame. Let me get to it, what you drinking, that to me your name. You not from these parts, let's be honest, you know why I came. Now you just the baddest, like the baddest that I ever seen. You can live with me and with the bros, so you know what that mean. Pockets fat, and we hit the next, fuck 'em with a clean. Level up and get the singing panties where they cause a scene. True, gon' fuck 'em up, it's more regret, and I'm just a fiend.
Operator. I'm just a smooth operator. I'm just a smooth operator.
That was Smooth Operator by my homeboys QTD. And next up is Hood Goddess by the original DSJ When Our Homeboys.
Yeah. Yeah. Shorty, let me holler at you. Girl, it's the way you walk, command attention. It's all about your vibe, your true intention. I call you Hood Goddess. You're misunderstood, 'cause you're from the hood. From first eye contact, I knew I had to have that. Had a feeling you were something special. Didn't know if I could match that. You draw a crowd just to say hi. You make it happen, you stay fly. You big and everyone know. If I was a stock, you would raise mine. Even with a t-shirt and sweats on. Girl, you work it for me. Don't matter what they say about you. Baby, you're perfect. Girl, it's the way you walk, command attention. It's all about your vibe, your true intention. I call you Hood Goddess. You're misunderstood, 'cause you're from the hood. That Dominican girl, East African queen, call you my cinnamon girl. Sweet like grandma cobbler, you were a #1 prospect. Even if you're raised in the projects, and you got the whole game on lock. Cops and robbers, they'll build an altar, you're so bomb. You shoot them down so calm. You don't be playing no games, but sexy in jerseys you throw on. I'm your soldier, I will march in line. You know it's your world. Let me hit you with that more in line. You go, girl, it's the way you walk, command attention. It's all about your vibe, your true intention. I from the hood.
They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, I would love to be the one that holds you, console you in times of grief, and listen when you're trying to speak. Your smile, it brightens up the darkest moods, and looking in your eyes is like gazing at the stars and moon. Just thinking about you, damn, I can hardly move. The depths of my feelings are hard to convey. Like trying to catch fish at the edge of a bay. Like I'm caught in an infinite wave. Cause even when you do the simplest things,
That was Hood Goddess by Delano Steele Jr. From the group QTD, Quick, True, and DSJ. Salute to them brothers. And shout out to all the goddesses out there, whether you from the city or the country, whether you from the hood, whether you from the country, whatever. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for all the ladies that's watching. Jay, try.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm listening to new music now, man.
Right.
And I'm telling y'all, bro, I don't want to sound like my uncles and them, bro. I don't know what it is about new music and me not connecting with it, but to me, it sounds like it's not it, bro.
Nope, definitely.
It sounds like it's not it. One of a top 10 song of mine of all time, right, is a song called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, right? Guess who's coming to dinner? A naughty dreadlock, right? That's one of my favorite joints of all time, right?
Right.
And it's one of my favorite joints of all time because it means something, like it got some meaning to it, right? My thing is, though, I don't know if I hear songs like that that really resonate with me that I think I'm gonna listen to. Is there a song in 2026 that you'll be listening to in 2046?
I mean, it depends on the artist. Like, I think Jill Scott put out a great album this year that felt like, you know, when you hear it, it's real neo soul. She's not trying to she's not trying to fit in with what's trendy right now in today's music.
Right.
You know, even with like Hood Goddess, I heard Hood Goddess like over the pandemic when DSJ sent it to me, and it has like a nuanced type of sound production wise, but he still has like the R&B in it. You know, when he's singing, when he, you know, hit you with that Martin line, "You go girl," like that's, everybody knows Martin. That's the 90s.
Right.
Like he still has like a new, and he has some old school in it. So it's a balance. When you hear the QTD record, it's funky, it's hip hop, you know, it's R&B, and it's new and old. And I think that's how you gotta go. You gotta do it moving forward. You have to be able to pay homage to the legends before you, and then you gotta have something new for today's audience, so that they can gravitate to it as well.
Think about that, Jim.
It's interesting. I think that's well explained. I think what we just heard was people's, you know, the one thing I'll say about myself, I'm a very tough critic.
Right.
Being that I'm a musician.
Right.
Being that when you grew up, you first listened to the beat way before you listened to the lyrics.
Right. Right.
If the beat didn't move you, you might not have heard some of the best lyrics ever.
Right.
Depending on the production, because production has changed over the years.
Right.
Now you could, you know, you can make a ton of money, become whatever, if you got a cell phone and a couple of apps. I liked what I just heard. But I'm gonna keep it funky. You know what I do. Being that we play major parties in different parties, we try to keep it in the 35, 40 and over crowd.
Right.
Right. Because if I ask you, I've asked people who are in music today, hey, have you ever heard of Jodeci? Joe who? Wait, you sing? And you don't? I'll name some very obscure ones that like one hit wonders, but everybody else knows them because music is everything to me. It's got to make me move. It has to make me emotionally, mentally, physically move.
Right.
And I will say this, as far as that type of music, I don't have nothing negative to say because I don't sing. And if I could sing, it'd be out there.
Yeah.
But I think what ruined it for me was the mumble rap and a lot of the other stuff we were hearing. Auto-tune, men and women singing.
Yeah.
And we come from the era where like people made incredible beats and incredible music, and like heard Whitney Houston sing, and I'm not, and that's not even like, she's the cream of the crop when it comes to like voices go, but as far as songs go, like love songs or get busy songs or whatever it is, it's different. I don't even know any of new songs. What you just showed me was the first new song of 2026 I know.
Man, that's all, bro.
Listen. They give us. Was it on the radio? Was it on anything? Any platforms?
No, this is just our homeboys. They
Oh.
We supporting our people, bro.
I support it too. That's why I said what I want to say is I respect anybody who puts themselves out there and shares it with other people. I don't, except for the mumble crap. I can't take that at all. But the truth of the fact is that they keep talking about, what my brother here just said. It's hard, and he even mentioned some things you said, the sweats and the things like that, and like, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I think that we were the most blessed, abundantly blessed people of all time. We came through the best musical ever, in my opinion. Now I know a lot. There's Motown. Is you go back. There's a lot of great music, blues, jazz. You know what I'm saying? Motown. And I know there's a lot of rock and roll people like, what I'm saying? Different, like old school stuff, I'm saying, right? But then James Brown. You had all these great artists come through. My favorite particular artist of all time is Stevie Wonder, right? I think he just, not only the fact that he's blind and he does what he does, but he makes substance.
Yeah.
I think if music has substance, it's different. But we came from the best era ever. Like the sports were real. You could really make contact. The music was bumping. You know, I must have dedicated "You're All I Need," the best ever R&B and hip hop song ever made by Meth and Mary J, to at least 20 different girls. So, you know,
That song was aight, bro. That song was aight, bro.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I know. It's okay. It's okay. But that's the thing about music. Like different music makes you feel something.
Yeah.
You know? And to me, music is my outlet. I like to talk sports. I love to do all that stuff, but music is my outlet.
Yeah, man.
So to answer your question, probably not.
New stuff? No, probably not. And Kalani, like Fritz in the chat said, Kalani, I was like, you know what? I listened one night. I'm not gonna call no names. I'm gonna call somebody out, but I respect their music taste. But they was bashing me about Adina Howard, so I ain't gonna say who said it, right? I ain't gonna say who did it, right? We just gonna private conversations, right?
That's right.
But
Adina Howard would sleep. Yep.
Yeah, but I listened to Kalani. I listened to her. I listened to what's the other guy? What's the other guy? I messed around and bought his stuff and instantly regretted it. Frank Ocean.
Oh wow.
I bought Frank Ocean and instantly I'm mad as fuck. Frank Ocean, Frank Ocean owe me $14. Hand to the man,
wow.
Bro.
And you bought it too. You didn't do him dirty. See, I like.
So you didn't like Channel Orange? I think Channel Orange is his best album.
I think he garbage.
Wow.
I think he cabbage, straight out the cabbage, bro.
What about Bruno Mars?
I like Bruno Mars. I like
Bruno Mars a lot. Yeah. I think he has a reminiscence, sorry to cut you off, of old soul.
Right.
New sound.
Right.
Mixed with old sound.
Right.
Mixed with a little bit of Michael and Prince.
Yeah.
He's got to me, he's a can't miss.
Can't miss, bro.
He can't miss. He's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like him. But he's not so new anymore.
Right. Nah.
And he's not considered R&B. He's more pop.
Yeah, there's some soul element to him too.
Yeah.
There's some soul element.
Facts. Definitely.
And there's nothing wrong with pop in my opinion if it's not just so for instance, there are some elements of Lady Gaga that I love.
Mm-hmm.
There's some elements of Britney Spears that I love, right? There's some elements of Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston that I love, Mariah Carey that I absolutely love, but there are some elements of pop that I just can't. I just can't. But I understand your point though, and your point is well taken too, by the way.
It depends on what type of pop too. It's like, there's certain things of each one of those people that you just said that might have hit, you heard it on the radio one day, you're driving or whatever, and you're like, okay, and you just start moving your head, and then you hear it again because you know how they did the radio for a while. There would be like 12 joints on rotation, maybe 12.
Right.
So, yeah, but it depends on what kind of all the new stuff I can't get. I don't even know. Like I said, when we DJ and MC stuff, anything past I would say 2000 minus Bruno Mars. 2000, early 2000s. You can miss me with it because I don't know it.
Right.
You gotta tell me what it is so I can play it for you
Right.
at a party. I don't know.
You gotta search for it. You gotta search for it.
The new stuff, right? You got to search for it, right?
Yeah.
But I blame the record companies more than anything. 'Cause like the British, like they're not putting out good American music. Like they're not Americans. Like British, they'll put out some really good stuff, but like I think it's intentional that the American artists put out garbage music.
Okay. Okay.
There's a lot of new AI stuff, bro.
A lot of AI stuff, right?
Yeah, people be like, my sister be feeling like, oh, this is music, and I'm like, this ain't a real person. Like, you do a little research, they ain't a real person. They prompts, like, it's the computer taking what we like and throwing in the algorithm and throwing concepts that we know, and
Right.
then just whip up something, and it sound good. It sound good, like the production on point, everything on point, but it ain't real.
Hey, Fritz, you got a rub in your microphone, bro. You got your headset on?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's some kind of whisper coming. I mean, not whisper, but
It sounds like you're trying to scratch a record.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you was doing it on purpose. I kept muting my thing. I was like, is that me? I hope it's not me.
Right. Yeah, hey Fritz, hey man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Honestly, I'm at a place where I give y'all any of y'all heard that joint Sitting Sideways, the Jeffrey Osborne version of it? No?
I don't think I heard that one.
It's like a parody.
Sitting Sideways, it's a Paul Wall song, but did the AI got
I know the
Jeffrey
Paul Wall
Oh,
version.
yeah,
I never heard the.
I have. Yes, I have.
Bro, when I hear it, I'm like, yo, this is fire.
Yes, I thought the same thing, and then I said to myself, "Where I know this, but what the hell is this? What is this?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, this is Paul Wall. This is singing."
Yeah, it's Paul Wall, bro. And it's that when they take the Paul Wall Sitting Sideways and have just Jeffrey Osborne sing it. And so when I heard that, I was like, yo, this is fire. And it's not just me, because every other video I watch on TikTok seems like they use it. And it's got like, each video has like 200,000 views on it. And I see like every day. So I know it's like a craze or something.
You know what though? That's a lot of old rap music now.
Yeah.
AI is turning into that. So
Right.
I actually heard some Wu-Tang, Barry White. I heard some,
Right.
and it was fire. It was so fire to me.
Right.
The cash rules everything. And I'm like, God, wait a second. Wait a second.
Right.
Oh my God.
And
Is that Brian McKnight? What is happening right now?
Exactly. And then I can't be mad at technology, because if I get mad at technology, that means I'm mad at Marvin Gaye for using an 8-track to record 8 different vocals. Then I'm mad at Prince for copying off of Marvin Gaye. Now Prince can play the drums, play the guitar, sing 5 different parts, and all these things, and all of it's Prince at the same time because Prince used that technology. So I can't be mad at Roger Troutman and Zach for using what you call it, auto-tune. Like I can't like I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad, bro. At first it sound crazy, but then when you go back and listen to Computer Love, and you like, who could be mad at Computer Love, bro?
Yeah, but that had a purpose. It was purposely made that way.
Yeah.
When you do it, because nowadays, like I said, the phones and the apps and the easy way out, they're just right now. It's like what? Like, here's a good one. You watch a show on TV. You know, not every police officer woman is super sexy.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But there are a couple. There have been some that I would say you can arrest me right now, but as long as we're going back for the other. But but every show they will be. It's like the same thing. Everything is being pushed out that way. You know, they're putting out it's like Milli Vanilli almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, we're gonna put these people out because they fit a demographic. This is what they're gonna do, and we're gonna mess with the tunes. They can't sing for nothing. Blah blah blah. You know, in the beginning when they used to use sampling, when they started sampling a lot. Now I know they always sample, but when it became a big thing,
right?
And whether we know this or like to admit this or not, Mary J. and
Supreme, Diana Ross and them, yeah,
you know, but there's an art to sampling. You know, you could go and see so many different people, and they'll like my boy would go into a store and he'll go through. Have you ever seen the the Wu-Tang joint on Hulu? When RZA went through all, he sampled like hell. When he went through all the records, he was picking anything from Otis Redding to
Gladys Knight,
Gladys Knight to Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, there's an art to it, you know, and then there's stealing, you know, like Vanilla Ice had an interview, but he stole the entire beat, right?
Yeah.
But he said, no, mine goes dun 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 dun. Theirs goes dun 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 dun.
Vanilla Ice crazy.
I'm like, yeah, you bugging, bro.
Yeah.
But that's like just a, you know, what it is. It's...
Fritz, any new music out there you think we should look out for? Please don't say Drake. I know you love Drake, bro. And I'll listen to Drake's album.
You know what? I think what Drake did is, I don't think a lot of people get it, but it's the new thing. Like making like consistent albums, all that's out the window. Like before, when you had to craft an album, and I think he's doing it for algorithms. He's doing it.
Yeah.
He's manipulating algorithms right now.
Right.
To make sure that his song comes up every fifth song, and out of the $6 you pay for your thing, he's gonna get $1. So like he's manipulating algorithms at this point.
Record companies used to do it back in the day. They used to send people to parties, and whatever rocked the party, they'd go back and be like, "Yo, this is what's hot in the streets."
Yeah. They still do it, but on like Sirius Radio, like and stuff like that, they'll still do it.
Yeah.
So
but
like
they won't use it in rotation. They'll use it for like a street jam or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think he cares that 20 songs are garbage. He doesn't care. Like it's part of the algorithm. It doesn't matter to him.
Hmm. What do you think, Try? You got any new artists out there?
Well, Fritz mentioned the Kalani album was good. You know, I just can she do it consistently though? That's what I worry about. And she's getting a lot of publicity for her album now, but can she do it 2-3 years from now?
But she's been doing it for a while. Like
She has, but none of her other albums. Like I checked out her other albums before, and it wasn't like that
This.
much publicity until now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
she
she has
got
a good promotion gun.
she dropped one of the maybe the top 10 songs in the last 10 years.
Right.
So like I think from now on she's gonna get, but she's been putting out, she sounds like she's from 2000. She sounds like she's from 2000, and she's been putting out great music for the last like 12 years.
You know, you got Thundercat. He has a new album out. You have a new artist named Cleo Soul. She has an album out called Rose in the Dark. I mean, so there's R&B artists out there that's doing it. I feel like the ones that actually have the talent, I mean, with the exception of Kalani, they're not really getting the promotion. You know what I'm saying?
Alex Isley, she has a new one.
Isley, right. Alex Isley is dope.
Who?
Alex Isley. She's related to Ron Isley. I think that's her uncle. That's her uncle, if I'm not mistaken.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. You know, but I mean, like, yeah, there's the R&B is still out there. Like, you got to search for it now, though. You got to dig for it because a lot of these labels ain't promoting the actual talented artists, unless you're a Drake or Kalani. They're not really promoting the one. A lot of them just go under the radar. You know what I'm saying? But there's still good R&B. You just got to find it.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say she's R&B, but like I said, Olivia Dean, like she's finally getting her.
Yeah.
She's finally getting her shine, but
yeah,
she's nice. Like she's really, really good.
Okay.
Are we talking like the last year or so?
Wait. What does she look like?
I don't know. I don't think she's probably like black and Persian or something. She's black, but I don't think she's all black. Olivia Dean, she's like a British artist.
Yeah. She got a mixed look, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was that's pretty good.
Mahalia is someone who does like she's been doing it for a few years. Another British artist.
I thought about doing something myself, Fritz. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought about because there's an app out there that you can make music with. There's an app that you make music, and then there's an app where you can get vocals, and then there's an app where you can match both of them up for syncopation or some shit, like whatever they call it.
Yep.
And so
it's called Sono, and a lot of people are. Yeah, you can do it with a prompt. You don't even have to like write all the lyrics out. You don't even have to write all the lyrics out. You can throw out concepts and
really?
Make a song. Yeah.
What's the name of the app?
Sono. I think.
Spell that.
Can you put it in the chat? The name of it in the chat.
Let's make an album from using it.
Hold on.
Wrong. I'm serious, bro.
Look, I use our own beats. We use our own stuff and own programs, but I know people that literally go to AI to get
Suno.
you know?
Okay, it's called Suno. I'll throw it in the chat. But what is really like people like me, like I started as like a videographer, and when it comes down into music, one thing about music is expensive. If you ever had to do a commercial or a movie or something, like if I'm going to put Jodeci, if I like that Jodeci song, I'm going to put it in a commercial or I want to put in an episode of television, it can cost me $50,000.
What?
If I want to put it in a movie, it can cost me more than that. Like, depending on how big the movie is. So, like, a lot of people are using these type of tools to create a song that make it sound like Jodeci, make it sound like this song I like, and make the subject about.
Yeah, but you know what they have, because I signed up for it, that each one of these places like Stars and Hulu and Prime and all that,
Mm-hmm.
there's a place, you can sign um up to do scores on the albums and the series.
Yeah.
So not all that is how it fully works. Like
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah.
get
There's different ways.
or you'll do like this. It works a little bit different
Yeah.
per different stuff. You know what I'm
You
saying? Like
you can do points like if it's like a YouTube video, if it was like YouTube, you can do it so that, oh yeah, it'll cost me $300, but if I got like 10 million views on it, then the price goes up. And there's a lot of, depending where you get the music and how you got it, there are like different ways to do it.
I'm giving piece of advice to anybody who makes music.
So I'm like,
You could put your stuff on all that stuff. You could put your stuff onto Spotify and all that, and you'll make an eighth of a penny
yep,
per play.
Right.
But you make yourself a website and you sell. Let's say you sell it on a thumb drive, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. However you want to sell it on a download, right?
Yeah, download from your website. Costs
Right,
nothing.
download straight from your website. You could sell it from anywhere from $2 to $10, and if you got 33,000 followers at $5 a pop, you do the math. So Spotify is cool, but it's really ripping you off.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A
But
lot
you
of
gotta
people,
be heard, and the way to be heard is to go through YouTube and go through all these other places and set a song up, do all those things, which I finally found. Thank you. I finally found my old YouTube channel, but my boy is making me a new one with my name, different name, and that's where all my stuff will be under a link on the website he's building. So I'm not even going to promote Spotify and any of that on there, because once I do, you get to listen to it. I get an eighth of a penny. Not doing it.
mhm.
So you gotta take some guts, kind of like Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang made $100,000 before they even got started. When Ghost and Ray went up and down from Staten Island to Florida, selling their 36 chambers. Actually, I think they were selling singles.
Mhm.
It funded their thing. They signed, and the rest was history.
Right. Right. Tron, what do you think about the innovations, man, in music now? Do you think it's taking the soul out of music?
I think AI is going to be a problem for a lot of artists, and it's going to come a time when it's going to be so advanced that we're not going to know like the difference between the actual artist and AI. And I think that's why I think maybe in this era, like, artists are gonna really have to like prove their talent, like, yo, like, it's really me singing, not AI. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you have like Timberland come out and he's supporting it, and it's like you know, if you're a producer and you've been doing it for like 30, 40 years, I
Yep.
feel like it's kind of lazy of you now to depend on AI. You know what I'm saying? It's like what happened to that talent that you had for 40 years? Like it doesn't just leave. So why are you depending on software now to help you do your production or whatever? You know what I'm saying? And
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I use I use AI every day at work, and AI makes my job, bro, legit, hand to the man. If I didn't have AI at work, I would have to hire 3 more people, right? And listen, I know there are people out there that deserve jobs and all that stuff, but this is like the evolution of evolution. Now, to your point, I understand where you're coming from, right? Whatever happened to the creative aspect of things where you sit with a beat for like 8 months and you get the soul of that beat right. You remember when an album used to take 2 years to come out? Remember that?
right.
You had to get session musicians to come in and play the drums just like you want them.
Mhm.
And you might have 7 drummers play the same thing, and you pick one, right? And it's like Beat It from Michael Jackson, where he got the guy to play the guitar, and then he got the guy from Toto to come play the guitar after that. So you got the main solo, you got that, and then you got the guy from Toto to come in and play the point. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you mean by that, bruh. Dog, that is so expensive though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but
you got
what you're talking about is completely different. I use ChatGPT on a regular basis every single day
okay.
for something for business.
Right.
But for
Right.
music, like for what you do and what I do in life, it's a necessary item. I agree with you 1,000%. I would need 8 other hands, 4 other feet, and 12 other people to get all the stuff I need to get done, especially with the way my back is and things. So it's
Right.
super helpful when it comes to even shows and stuff like that. You want to look up something really quick, you want to get some good detail on it, boom. Google back, and you Google, now you gotta search for the thing, you gotta look for it. This other thing just tells you right away, bang, boom, there it is.
Yo, you remember when you had to send somebody to the library?
Yo, do adjustment system.
Back in the day, like when my assignments was due, I had to grab one of the nerds out of the study hall and make them go to the library. Like, get your boy, you better. And you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but then now when you can Google stuff, you don't even have to threaten a nerd, bro. You can just use your phone.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would keep them at my food table. Hey, do some food. Do the homework. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine. Everybody's gonna love you.
Right. Yeah. On that, everybody, I'm a wrap right here. I just want to tell Blaze about a couple of things, man. Thank y'all, everybody, for coming through the conversation, man. As usual, man, I always appreciate y'all sharing yourselves to help others get better. There's no amount of thanks I can offer y'all that, like, y'all sharing y'all experiences, man, helping other people get through stuff to, you know what I'm saying, impacting lives, even if it sounds like we just chopping it up. Man, I always appreciate that. Try is the man. Try might be one of these days. Try gonna be one of the most influential people in this social media space, bro, because of all his contacts and all he know. Man, I really appreciate you coming through, hanging out with me, bro. Spur of the moment too. Man, appreciate you, bro.
Hey, it's great. It's always fun. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Jay, we already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's all, man. Make sure y'all keep a lookout for me and Jay on Lawrence Tears, but also on the New York Mets Lounge. We got a lot of content coming up. Just feeding the masses One sports take at a time. Fritz,
Say
hey, what's good, bro?
it loud. Make sure we say it loud together.
Say it loud. Absolutely. Say it loud.
Yeah.
Fritz, y'all got something coming up, bro?
Man, we've been so busy. We've been putting out we've been putting out crazy amount of shows. Yeah, we just keep it on my stuff. I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting for us to win this championship so I can just start talking about off season. But I'm trying to take it slow right now.
Absolutely. Tomorrow night is going to be the biggest celebration.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Tonight, man, we might party like it's
1999.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, but better. But anyway.
Yeah.
Save your bail money for the championship.
Yeah, word. Or at least know a good escape route.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more like it. Bring
Thank
change your clothes under the clothes.
Yeah. Thank y'all, everybody, for watching. Appreciate all of y'all. We're going to get out of here, y'all. Thank you, everybody. And shout out to Coach for the most fire intro. Shout out to Coach for the most fire intro in this YouTube space. This is it right here, y'all. We're going to holler at y'all later. Peace, everybody.
We're diving in where the world collides. Culture's calling, it's a crazy ride. Music's pumping, food's on the plate. We're vibing here, let's celebrate. Echo and essence, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. Essence. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Essence. Yeah. Uncle Freezie, vibing all night and all day. Coach Malpica, always something to say. Our main man in the cut, he is Soul Finger. DSJ always showing up as the soulful singer. Ron, Bully, and Corey always being so thorough. Don't forget from that ain't rap, try borrow. It's not just